All right, so week 5 training recap. Start of a new block. Went really well, despite a less than optimal start to the week. So before we get to training, Monday, the 9th, I kind of woke up with a stomach bug. So I decided not to train that day. I wasn't feeling very well, and the eating was pretty rough. So was really low on carbs and I guess just macros in general, everything. So just slept well. I worked anyways. I didn't need to call out, but it was pretty brutal. But by Tuesday I felt great. So I was looking forward to getting back to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, but unfortunately had to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So kind of a condensed week again. It's kind of like a theme. I'm going to have to do that next week too because we're going out of town this upcoming weekend, which I'm really excited for, but always makes training a little bit more stressful. So other than that, I was able to get pretty decent sleep. Just one kind of bad night in there, but good sleep, good recovery, good protein intake, and was able to kind of keep my fats lower again, which is a little bit easier. So I'm starting to see it on the scale, starting to come down a little bit, which is good because we're getting close here. I think we're like 6 weeks out. So on to training. It was a great week. Started with squats, as always, like I said, Tuesday, a single 84%. Felt really good. I put it like a 5.5, maybe even a 5. It felt effortless. And then 4 sets of 6 at 305. Surprising how much easier sets of 6 are than sets of 7. And I just put that my cardio felt better, and I was able to stay in my legs really well, and my quads got really sore really quick. So that's kind of the only reason I got up to like a 6.5 RPE on that, just because my legs were burning on that 4th set. But otherwise it felt really good. I was really happy with those. Bench press afterwards. This is getting a lot easier. Benching right after squatting. So 4 sets of 7. This was a workout I hadn't done because I started week 1, the last 2 workouts. So 4 sets of 7 at 210. Felt really good. I had a little bit of a bench epiphany. And something kind of just clicks a little bit. I felt like I was able to lock my elbows out a little bit quicker and decrease the range of motion a little bit, if that makes sense. But probably wouldn't be able to see anything different, but it felt really good. I kind of touch and go when it's this high of reps, but I long pause kind of the very last rep just to make sure. So just let me know if you want me to start pausing all 7 of those, which would be brutal, but I will do it. Bench press, lockout and holds, 2 sets of 6 seconds at 100%, so my max 292.5. Felt heavy, but other than that, no, nothing to note. Incline chest press, first time I kind of overshot a RPE on anything really. A little overzealous trying to make the plate loading even. Kind of know better. So I'll just keep the weight the same next week as the reps drop and it should be fine. Lat pull downs felt awesome. Really good burn in my lats and perfect RPE there. So day 2, having to go again right after squats. Having to deadlift right after squats, always a challenge. But just like everything else, kind of getting easier the more often I've done it. So 3 sets of 6 at 77%. So this is a higher than we've ever done for those reps, and the easiest it's ever been also, which was great. I was kind of low energy, still recovering from being sick and then having to work out 2 days in a row. But other than that, it moved really fast, really fluid. So the last set RPE was like a 6.5. My thumbs are starting to get beat up from hook grip really bad. I actually have a pretty gnarly, I don't know if you can see it, bruise. I've never gotten a bruise from hook gripping before. Not really on the other thumb, which might, I don't know if that's concerning. I did have surgery on this thumb years ago. Probably nothing to note. Don't know why I said that. But the bruise is interesting. So leg press after that, 3 sets of 9. Trying to keep the weight moderate and not letting my hips tuck. Chest supported rows, I felt really strong all of a sudden, like really, really strong. 3 sets of 8 at 290. Last set RPE like a 7.5, only because I was keeping the rest time a little short. And I had to do a couple sets working up to find the right RPE. So that's pretty nice. I guess that heavy work earlier last month paid off. And then shoulder press, 3 sets of 9. Nothing to note there. Day 3 squats. Always love squat day. This was a repeat workout. I don't know if that's the right term. But we've had this rep, set rep and load before. So 3 sets of 4 at 82%. And it definitely moved faster and felt better than last month when we had this workout. I felt really strong, but I did feel a little unstable on a set. I was in my heels a little more than I'd like to be. Notice my toes coming up, not during the rep, but in between reps, instead of just really staying rooted. But it didn't affect anything form-wise. Even watching back, I couldn't really notice what I was feeling, so nothing to worry about there. And it was a lower RPE than last time I did that workout as well, so really excited for squats. Definitely the lift I, for lack of a better phrase, care the most about. So I definitely have the biggest emotional response to it, whether it's success or failure. So always very excited for squats. Bench press afterwards, 4 sets of 3, 227.5. First set felt heavy. It's kind of the trend. And then the last 3 sets felt super easy. So no elbow sleeves on anything but squats this week. So that's great. Forearm's feeling really good. Pain's been under a 5 consistently. Hook grip doesn't bother it. Pull-ups didn't bother it today. Able to get another rep total in pull-ups. And just feeling better about that range. About that movement, sorry. And then day 4, so kind of a thing to note, I don't know how I haven't mentioned it yet, is one of my best friends is actually staying with me for 2 weeks. He moved back to the Bay Area and got a new job and just needs a place to stay while he finds a house. So he's actually my old training partner. He's really, really strong. Goes to USAPL Nationals every year, and is just a really good resource to have around. So we trained together for the first time in months on Saturday. That was great. Because he's moved, he hasn't been training a lot recently, so he kind of just did the exact same workout I did. It's a little humbling. He's 50 pounds lighter, but he's definitely a little stronger than me. But it's great having him around. So we'll get to work out together a little bit for the next foreseeable future, actually, yeah. He's also going to be at my meet. He's going to handle me, which is going to be really nice. So deadlifts that Saturday, 4 doubles at 385. Felt a little heavy, but moved really well, especially watching him again. Thumbs taking a beatings, like I said, is the only real thing. Third set felt slow, but everything else felt really nice. And then bench afterwards, another workout we've done, or another load we've done before. definitely a lower RPE, so it's triple at 250, 86%. My head came off the bench, I don't know, pretty bad first 2 reps, and I guess I just was kind of not being diligent about it. I wasn't paying attention. And then so for the back down sets, I really focused on that. It was strange. The first set doing it, it felt harder, but by the 4th set, it felt easier. Just the rep in general, which is interesting. I guess anything new, no matter how minute it is, can, pose an interesting challenge. So, interested, to know if you have any cues or maybe cues not the right word, but tips for keeping my head back, maybe like looking at the ceiling, like a spot or something like that. I, for some reason, like watching the bar, and that just has the tendency to let my head go up. So any advice on that would be great if you had some. And then lunges afterwards, better at finding the appropriate weight here. So 3 sets of 8 at 106, and quads burned a lot, so I like that. Always makes me feel good that my quads are doing the work. Tend to be a weakness for me. Seated cable row, I overshot my RPE again. Kind of low rest time, and then always, because I work out at a gym that I work at, there was this guy slamming weights around, like cable weights. I had to talk to him, and he kind of threw a fit for no reason, and bad energy, and had to like go into manager mode for a little bit. So always awkward, but nothing other to note about that. So all in all, it was a really good week of training. I'm very excited for the next week. Nice single 86% again. I'm real hopeful we can maybe push the intensity on these. They're feeling really easy, but you obviously have a plan in place, and I will follow it perfectly. And then some sets of 6 at 315. Love when it's an even plate load. That's amazing. And then some nice heavy deadlifts again, and some triples on squat. So looks like a fun week. I'm really excited to see what you have programmed for week 3. And then we'll be about a month out from the meet. So getting super excited for that. Super nervous. I got a lot of people that are going to come watch. And it's been maybe even definitely over 2 years since I've done a meet. So it'll be almost a new experience for me again. So I'm just going to watch some football, do laundry, and eat all day today. Thanks as always for everything, and look forward to talking with you soon.